Hey guys, welcome to episode 6 of Gamer and Complainer. Alex and I are coming to you live from our apartment, and it is Easter weekend.
Yes, I'm so excited for the long weekend. How about you?
Super duper excited. I have a nice 5-day weekend, and I'm stoked.
I was going to make a comment on you saying super duper. Okay, so why don't we just get into it, because it's been a while since I mean we said this during our last episode too. It had been a while, so
I think maybe we're like working towards like maybe once a month, but then even I just went to check, and I think the last episode was like February 20th.
Yeah,
so we totally
like
missed
weeks,
March.
5 or 6 weeks.
We've just been busy with work and new with school, but it's a 5 weekend, so I have time to record this. So I'm excited.
Yes.
And I'm really excited about today's topic.
Okay, well, why don't you enlighten me on what the topic is then? Let's jump into it.
So today we are going to talk about our guilty pleasures. And I don't even know if I'm not really technically like guilty like for it. I don't feel bad.
You don't feel bad for it? Yeah, that's not the point of a guilty pleasure, I don't think.
Right.
I think it's more I don't know.
Like,
I always interpret it as like
thought,
embarrassing.
like you're embarrassed? Yeah, that's what I meant. That's the word I should have used. Yeah, like embarrassing. But I don't find mine embarrassing. It's just, I feel like maybe people don't see it as, I don't know.
Like the thing to do. I don't know.
No, like, I don't know. Well, okay. Here, I'll just say what my guilty pleasure is. So I wanted to talk about my like love for reality TV.
Oh,
and so like, I guess when I say guilty pleasure, it's because it's not one of those like, quote unquote like smart shows, like those like series that on Netflix that are just like for, I don't know, like that are more serious. Like I just enjoy
it's like it's
drama reality TV.
It's a different kind of drama, right? It's not like it's not like you don't have to be in like a certain headspace for it. You can just throw it on and just let it take you where it will, right? So
But I think also like I grew up, like my mom always watched reality TV, and so it's just something that I grew up with, so it's just something that I continued to follow watching once I moved out on my own.
Yeah. Okay. So what kind of shows do you like?
Okay, so I like all things Bravo. I think Bravo is like an American thing, like here we have Slice.
Yeah.
But I discovered Hey You. I definitely have an account for that, a subscription for Hey You, and I just have access to all things reality TV. So I love my Real Housewives of everything.
Yes, New Jersey, Potomac.
Well, right now New Jersey's on.
What I call Potomac.
Yeah. Right now it's Atlanta, and New Jersey that is on at the moment. What else do we got? Below Deck. Really like Below Deck. You like Below Deck?
Yes, Below Deck is all right. It's all right.
Alex secretly watches some of these shows with me too. I'm sure he has his favorites I'll ask him about.
It's bonding time.
Yeah.
I don't know. We can just sit in front of the TV and laugh at the things that are going on there.
I find when I'm watching it with Alex and he's laughing, like it just makes it like 10 times more funnier. Like there could be something that I wouldn't probably laugh at, and then Alex will just laugh, and then I'm like, oh, that actually was funny.
And that's something that was brought up while we were watching, like, I'm going to bring up another one, Jersey Shore.
Yeah, because I had watched Jersey Shore by myself from the beginning when it first aired. And then we got, what was it, Crave, I think? Yeah, Crave. Yeah. So then I was like, oh, I think, because Alex had started watching, like, Family Vacation with me a little bit.
Yeah.
And so then, I don't know if it was you that suggested you wanted to start it from the beginning.
Yeah, because I was like legitimately curious about like what these people's lives are like. Like I think It was on the TV, the one with Vinny and Pauly D. I think it's like Double Shot.
Oh, I love
Double Shot at Love.
Yeah, or For Love, or yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I saw that, and I was like, it was one episode where like Mike, the situation, he just got out of jail, and he was sort of like, he was like coaching
they
these
went
people.
To Vegas.
Yeah, they were.
Okay.
He was like coaching like Paulie and Vinny on how to approach their relationships, and I was like, wow, he's very insightful. Like, I thought these guys were just like big brutes. Like, I mean, that's insulting to say, but like that was my impression of it before I had even watched it.
I say maybe back in the day when it first aired.
Yeah, it's
but now
different.
it's like they've grown up and it's so different.
Yeah. So we started watching that. I think I suggested we watch it from the beginning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I just rewatched it all over and it was fine.
Yeah. But coming back to what we were saying before, like there would be moments where I would laugh wholeheartedly at some situation that was going on, and Sammy would be right there laughing with me. But she also mentioned that like her first time watching this, she didn't laugh that much. She didn't laugh as hard as at those things.
Yeah, maybe I don't know. I've changed too, or maybe we just watch it when I'm super tired. I have no idea.
Yeah.
What else is on right now? Well, it's funny because like I paused Floribama Shore. It's in the background right now. That's not. I find it's not as good as Jersey Shore, but it has its.
I'm not.
It's
into
fun.
It.
It has its funny moments.
I always call them characters because the characters aren't as likable in that one.
And Summer House is on right now. Do you know what Summer House is? Do you remember? I watched it this morning.
No
it's
idea.
Like they're all in the house in the Hamptons.
Oh, was that the one with? I thought that was Real Housewives of New Jersey. The one where the I don't know their names, but this one caddy woman is against another caddy woman.
Oh, yes, that's New Jersey.
Okay,
yeah, you're talking about Jackie and Teresa.
Yes, that's what you were watching earlier, right?
Yeah, and it's so annoying because like I have who I like. And then Alex will come in and just watch like 2 minutes, and then he's totally against
I make
who
opinions.
I like, and I'm like, wait, but you don't know the whole story.
Yeah, I take it way out of context. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, Summer House. I think you were still sleeping. That's the one. How many are there? Like there's 7, maybe 7 of them. They're in the house in the Hamptons. There's 3 guys, 4 or 5 girls.
Is that the one with those 2 guys made like a podcast together?
No, that's Southern Charm.
Southern Charm. Okay.
Yes. No, it's the one like they maybe you don't watch it that much with me.
I don't think so.
Maybe you haven't. No. Okay.
I don't think I've seen it.
But I really enjoy that. You know, like
Any
with
others?
Kyle and Carl.
No, I don't know that.
Okay.
Any other ones that I might know of that you find are guilty pleasures?
Well, okay, so when I discovered Hey You,
Yeah.
I discovered Shaws of Sunset. And
Yes,
that I
okay.
binge watched like all 8 seasons in like 2 months.
Yes.
It was the only thing that was playing.
Okay, that show was playing so much at the house that like I don't like the show. I wasn't like following it like she was. And every time like I'd come out to say like the living room and I'd see it on, I'd probably stick around for like 30 seconds or whatever, and then I'd start forming opinions, and I was like really getting invested in these characters even for those split like 30 seconds that I'd watch it. So I assume it's a really good show. But I just haven't invested any time into it. I'm not big on like I'm not big on reality TV, but again, it's like a guilty pleasure sort of thing that she's gotten me into for some reason.
What would you say is your favorite? I'm going to guess
Jersey Shore.
Jersey Shore.
Yeah, 100% Jersey Shore. I just, like at first I didn't like the characters. I used air quotes, the characters. I didn't like them. But they've like their character development throughout these seasons has been incredible. And it's cool to see them. Like now you look at Family Vacation and it's like, wow, these guys have really like, they've evolved. They've developed as human beings. And
it's funny because like I always listen to a podcast before I go to sleep. It's just something I fall asleep to. I always put a podcast on.
Yes. Yeah.
And I used to listen to Coffee Convos, but now I've caught up. And then we discovered, I forgot.
Here's the Sitch.
Here's the Sitch?
Yeah, Here's the Sitch from Lauren and Mike, The Situation.
Yeah. And so, that's what we listened to before bed.
Yeah, and it's very inspirational.
He is.
It's
like
really
he's super, like, yeah. Like, it was funny because he, like, mentioned this fasting thing. Like,
intermittent fasting,
yeah,
yes.
so he fasts for 16 hours and then eats 8 hours of the day, I think.
Yeah.
And then, like, the next day, Alex, like, heard that. And he's just been doing that ever since.
Yeah. I've been doing the same thing. And
it's been a little over a week that you've been doing it.
I heard of the lifestyle before, and I didn't really pay much attention to it. But then, like, he made it sound so good. So I was like, yo, I got to jump on this. Like, if I can, like, essentially I'm starving myself for, like, 16 hours a day.
You're not starving yourself.
Okay,
if you eat enough in the 8 hours, I think... Like, you're hungry by the end of the 16 hours.
Yeah, 100%. I'm hungry, like, 3 hours after my meal. But yeah, so I started doing that, and I feel a lot better. I mean, I'm eating healthier, too. It's not just, like, garbage food that I'm stuffing into my face for those 8 hours. Yeah. I'm actually eating healthy, so...
Yeah. My groceries are costing me a lot more, because he would have been happy with, like, a pack of ramen, which is, like, 30 cents.
Oh, yeah.
Like, for lunch, but now, like, I have to buy, like, I'm, like, buying him, like, actual, like, meat and eggs and a bunch of vegetables and a bunch of fruit, and it's
good.
It's a lot more.
Been cooking for
expensive.
myself,
and
owning those cooking skills.
Yeah, and you're cooking, and he is not a cook.
Not at all. I eat what I cook.
Like I've always said, you have to, like, do it to learn. And so it's good. He's here cooking, and I'm not here to observe or say anything. Or critique.
Yeah, because that was a big thing. Like, I'd start cooking and she'd be like, you're doing that wrong. You're doing it wrong. So, but I'm 100% confident that if I cooked for her, she wouldn't like what I cook. Because I'm just a really not picky eater. So that kind of helps me in that respect, where I'm like, I could cook a pile of garbage and I'd still be happy, you know? Like, I'm not very picky, you know? But she's a little bit more picky than me.
Yeah,
so if I cooked for her, it probably wouldn't go over so well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And
well, let's segue that into maybe guilty pleasure foods. Do you have any guilty pleasure foods?
Yeah. Number 1, chips.
Okay, of course.
And it's funny because my guilty pleasures come hand in hand. If I am sitting down watching my reality TV, it's like I need to be also snacking, so either popcorn or chips.
Yes.
And it's, I don't know.
You just feel so guilty about that pleasure.
It's such a bad habit. It's such a bad habit, and I try to break it, and I'm like, no, I'm not going to snack tonight, and there'll be no chips in the house, and then I just have this, like, craving for chips. Mm-hmm. And now we're back in Lennoxville, so... Now we're close to a Depinar, and you'll just go run and get me chips if I need it. Yeah. It's terrible.
Well, I mean, it helps that I'm not, like, 15 minutes away from the nearest store.
Yeah. No, definitely, it's more dangerous being so close to everything. Yeah.
That's when you need to have a little bit of self-control. Like, I'm really so close to McDonald's and, like, a Tim Hortons and Subway and all these garbage places. Like, I'm not saying that you shouldn't eat those, like, they're good once in a while.
Yeah,
because
like, we had McDonald's, like, yesterday.
Yeah, but to eat them every day, like, I could easily eat them every day, but I don't because I have self-control. I want to eat healthier, you know?
Mm-hmm. I need to find your self-control.
Well, I think it comes from, like, intrinsic motivation, too, you know? So, like, if you intrinsically want to be healthy, if you want to live a healthier lifestyle, you're going to sort of shape your behaviors around that.
So then what about your smoking?
Maybe intrinsically I don't like. Also, when it comes to addictions,
that's it. I'm addicted to chips.
It's hard to quit unless you feel discomfort. Like change happens through discomfort, right? So, I haven't been uncomfortable indulging in my addictions, and yeah, so no change is happening. Obviously, it's not a good thing, but I mean.
No, I actually think that I have an addiction to chips.
Yeah,
but I don't know. Like, I don't have an addictive personality, but like chips is just something like I can get super cranky over if I'm craving it and I don't have any.
What are the kids saying these days? The foodie? Are you a foodie? Is that what that means?
I don't know. Isn't like a foodie like
someone who tries like new stuff?
Or I don't know, like I'm thinking foodie like they go to like restaurants and try new things or try a bunch of new like trending foods. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. But yeah, I feel like I need to, going back to the reality TV, I feel like I need to like get away from it a little bit just so I can catch up on more of my serious seasons. Like I know that Shameless came like the next season of Shameless came out on Netflix. The season of Grey's Anatomy that I'm on came out on Netflix. So I'm just like, I really need to go back and watch those. I need to go watch those seasons and catch up. But
yeah,
I just haven't. I've been so, I don't know, busy. And when I do watch TV, it's just been reality pleasures. TV.
Yeah. Oh. I guess it's the difference between scripted and unscripted events, right?
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, there is a channel, though, that you enjoy.
What's that?
TLC.
Oh, yes. Yeah. That is my biggest guilty pleasure television show.
TLC. Yeah. Not show, but like the channel.
Program. Yeah. But I only like one show, like 90 Day Fiancé. That's a huge guilty pleasure of mine. And I'm a little embarrassed to say it, but like everything is so dysfunctional that like it's like watching a train wreck. It's so good.
I feel like we're not as into the last, like the newer season. Like, I don't know. We're really taking our time. We used to like really watch it religiously every week, but like now we have like 10 episodes like backed up on the was it DVR, PVR? And yeah.
Well, I just find like some seasons are better than others. Yeah. Like some of the, I'm gonna say characters again, but some of the characters are more colorful than others. Some of them are more interesting.
I think because like it's 2 hours long too, it just takes a long time to get through it.
Yeah.
But there's that. I don't know what else. Do you watch anything else on TLC?
You watch
Seven Little Johnsons.
Little People Big World.
Yeah, Little People Big World. Outdaughtered. Do you like Outdaughtered?
Oh yeah, Outdaughtered's cool. I like the Busbys.
Yeah.
Busbys are cool.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I would say like our main channels. Well, my main channels. TLC, Slice, MTV. Oh, and E with Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Yeah. And I think I get invested in these shows more because I don't actually watch that much TV. Like most of my free time is held up in like video games and stuff. So TV is not my choice of entertainment at this point.
Yeah. But
like I watch it so that I could spend some time with you. So that time usually ends up being watching reality TV, and that's why I've gotten so invested in it.
Yeah. And speaking of video games, I think I wanted to ask you, like obviously we all know you're a gamer, but like what's that one game that you play that maybe like you're a little embarrassed that you play it?
I have multiple. There's more than one. I think anything like Pokemon is like a huge guilty pleasure. Like, I don't know, it's like so childish, but at the same time, like they're pretty good. Like, especially, okay, the most childish of them all is Let's Go Pikachu, which is like a remake of like the first generation of Pokemon. So like Red, Blue, Yellow. It's like a remake of those games. And I think I'm more interested in that because it's a remake and it has like all of the classic Pokemon instead of the actual like gameplay of the game. Because it's pretty like childish. You swing your Joy-Con to catch Pokemon and there's no real like random battles or anything. So it's a dumbed down version of Pokemon, but I really enjoy it. And then there's games like I don't know, you have games like Ukulele, which is like I find that like all of these relate back to like my childhood and what I enjoyed back then. So like Ukulele is a game that is based on, it's like a spiritual successor to like Banjo-Kazooie, which if you gamed in the 90s or even early 2000s, you know what that game is. It's like a 3D platformer. But yeah, it's most of my guilty pleasures are rooted in like the childishness of video games. Obviously that's not all I play. I play some serious titles too, like I don't know, like Apex and
Apex, that's the one you play with your siblings?
Yeah, 100%. And it's
all the time?
All the time. Really trying to level up. And then of course I play the Halos, the Monster Hunters, all of that nonsense, more serious. But yeah, those guilty pleasures are definitely deeply rooted in like childishness. And I play it just to blow off steam. I don't play it like seriously. I play it like, oh, I want to have a fun little time right now for like maybe 15 minutes. I'll boot it up. Yeah.
So when you're not playing with someone, you're playing those kind of games? Usually? Not
all the time. No, like I said, it's just like really random. Like, okay, 15 minutes, I'll blow off some steam here. But yeah, I'm really into Monster Hunter right now, so that's a big thing. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were playing.
I'm playing Apex.
Game.
Apex.
I didn't even know you were playing Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, what else do you want to talk about? Is there anything else, or are we gonna wrap this up?
I don't know. We could give a little update on our lives.
Okay. Why don't we jump into what's going on with like the wedding business?
The wedding, yeah.
That's a big topic. I'm not sure if we want to cover it right now, but
oh no, it's not that big.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, we've sent out our invitations, and because we're doing a destination wedding, so our rooms are booked and not booked, but reserved, and seats are reserved. So now we're just waiting. And deposits are all made. I found a great photographer, videographer.
Yeah.
All the contracts are signed. And
last
weekend, I found my dress. I said yes to the dress.
You said yes to the dress. What was that experience like? Like going to, like, what was that? Stressful?
Overwhelming, because I'm like a very, very indecisive person.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought I was going to struggle more than I did. I mean, this was my second time trying on dresses, but like I have such a hard time making a decision, and that's why I need people to come with me, because I just kind of need someone's
do you think
influence to I don't know.
Do you think it helps that they only allowed 2 people? Like, there's not as many voices, like, pulling you in different directions?
That probably, yeah. Because, like, even on their website, they're like, oh, bring, like, that one person that you, like, I guess.
Trust in completely, or...
or who knows you super well.
Okay.
So, yeah. But you were allowed to bring max 2 people, and I think that's probably better than, having 5 different voices. Because I think that would probably overwhelm someone even more.
Mm-hmm.
Like watching Say Yes to the Dress on TLC, like sometimes it was like that. You'd have 5 people, but then they're all telling you something different. So I brought my mom and my maid of honor, and they were both in agreement, and I had my little cry moment when the girl was like, are you gonna say yes to the dress? And then I was like, I think it was just like this feeling of like overwhelming, like it's just an overwhelming feeling, and I cried.
Yeah, but that's much more of a positive experience than, say, like the first time you went to check out dresses where you didn't find anything you liked.
Well, no,
you're looking more at like bridesmaids.
She had nothing of the style that I wanted, and so I spent the whole time trying on bridesmaids dresses and pretending, like, trying to envision them in white. So, but no, but it's funny because, like, I'll still look at my dress now. Like, even though I had my, like, happy crying moment, like, yes, like, I still, like, will look at the picture every day and be like, did I make the right decision? Like, that's just my personality. And that's one thing I wish I could, that I would like to fix. But
hey, you like the dress. It's one day you know, you only get that chance once to have that wedding dress.
Yeah.
And you should really...
And it's funny because it wasn't the style that I thought I would end up with either, which is always that way.
Yeah.
It's always that way. So, like, that's another reason why I'm questioning it. I'm like, did I make the right decision? Because it's not something that I had originally thought I would end up in. Mm-hmm. But I think you'll like it.
Yeah. I hope so. Yeah. I hope so. Oh, no, I know I will. I know I'll like it.
Yeah. So next step is finding some bridesmaids dresses, but I think that'll be maybe more towards the summer. Mm-hmm. And there's really not a lot to do, because when you do a destination wedding, like, yeah, there's some things like loose ends to tie up here, but I mean, hopefully all goes well and we're going to be allowed to travel next winter without having to quarantine. Like, I'm really hoping, like, sometimes I'll be super optimistic, but in the last few days, I don't know if it's the weather, but I've been more
pessimistic for
down
sure.
about it. And like, just, I don't know, with like the third wave coming, like, you know, it's hard to see like the light at the end of the tunnel sometimes. So I'm like, are we really going to be able to go next year? So I'm just really trying to stay optimistic.
I'd say don't worry about it.
Until it comes.
Let each day, take it day by day, you know, and adjust from there. You have to be adaptable, especially in times like these. Yeah. You have to be adaptable.
And that's something that I struggle with too, is like, I don't like change.
Yeah.
So like, here I have set, like, I have my date, I have like everything, like, I'm doing my checklist, like, okay, I've done that, and it's like, it's just gonna suck really bad if we have to postpone it, or it's gonna, I'm trying to be prepared for that moment, but I'm really hoping it'll be fine by then.
It'll be good. But with that, sorry to maybe if I cut you short a little bit, but we should wrap things up a little bit here.
Okay, he's cutting me off.
No, it's more just because this is the longest podcast we've.
No, it's not. I'm sure we went over 30.
I don't think so. But yeah, we're gonna wrap things up here. You know what? I have a couple of ideas for maybe like when we hit the 10th episode, and maybe you can chime in on your opinion on this. But how about we try to get like questions from the viewers to come in for our 10th episode.
10th episode? We're on episode 6?
Yeah. So this gives...
this might only be next year.
It might be next year, but this gives people time to sort of maybe think about questions they want to ask.
Yeah.
You'll be featured on our podcast. We'll say your name and the question. And if you want to be anonymous, that's cool too. But yeah, we'd be more than happy to answer any questions you guys have. Or even just comments, like if you like the show, if you don't like the show, that's fine too, you know.
And we're gonna try to record more often. I said that last time probably, but like,
it's finding the time, really.
It's finding the time, yeah. And soon in another month we'll be moving, so yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, also we'd like to hear what some of your guilty pleasures might be. We've listed all of ours. We've laid it all out there on our on this podcast, and it's out in the open now. That's kind of scary. So our guilty pleasures are out there. Why don't you let us know what, maybe if you have a guilty pleasure or something, we'd be more than happy to hear it. So be sure to leave a comment down below. And with that, this podcast is a wrap. As always, thank you guys for listening.
And I don't know.
All right. Take care.
Bye.